Vandeyam Shri Guru Shiyata Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parajana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shiva Shikam Vitam Sya Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnanajana Shalakya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gorva Bhistam Supurakam Guraganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govinda Bidam Ujjalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Bande Vishwagurun Shah Divyad Bhagavad Premno Ibija Pradam Devam Divyatanam Suchanavaranam Balarka Chelanchitam Sundrananda Puram Sadekavaranam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Bandetam Shivanam Madeka Sharanam Nyashishwara Sridharam Manchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahamananyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Prabhupada. This focus point? Okay. This is the Adi-lila chapter 9. This is the desire tree of devotional service. Tam Srimad Krishna Chaitanya Devam Bande Jagadgurum Yashanu Kampaya Swapi Mahabdim Sandarit Sukham. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual master of the entire world, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by whose mercy even a dog can swim across a great ocean. Jaya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Gaurachandra, Jaya Jaya Dvaita Jaya Jaya Nityananda. All glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, who is known as Gaurahari. All glories to Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu. Jaya Jaya Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktagan, Sarva Bhishta Purti Hetu Jahara Smaran. All glories to the devotees of Lord Chaitanya, headed by Srivas Thakur. In order to fulfill all my desires, I remember their lotus feet. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Raghunath. I also remember the 6 Goswamis, Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami, Srila Bhatta Raghunath, Srila Jiva Goswami, Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Esaba prasade liki Chaitanya lila gun, Janiba na jani kore apana shodan. It is by the mercy of all these Vaishnavas and Gurus that I attempt to write about the pastimes and qualities of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Whether I know it or not, or know not, it is for self-purification that I write this book. Malakara Svayam Krishna Prema Mara Taru Swayam Data Bhokta Tatvalanam Yastam Chaitanyam Ashraye. I take shelter of the Supreme Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who himself is the tree of transcendental love of Krishna, its gardener, and also the bestower and enjoyer of its fruits. Prabhu ko heami Vishvambara nama dori, nama sartaka hoy jadi premi Vishvabari. Lord Chaitanya thought, my name is Vishvambar, one who maintains the entire universe. Its meaning will be actualized if I can fill the whole universe with love of Godhead. Eta chinti loila prabhu malakara dharma, nabadipe arambila follow jnana karma. Thinking in this way, he accepted the duty of a gardener and began to grow a garden in Navadip. Sri Chaitanya Malakara Pritivitayani Bhakti Kalpataru Ropila Sinchi Ichapani. Thus the Lord brought the desire tree of devotional service to this earth and became its gardener. He sowed the seed and sprinkled upon it the water of his will. Jaya Shri Madhava Puri Krishna Prema Pur Bhakti Kalpa Tarur Teho Pratama Ankur. All glories to Sri Madhavendra Puri, the storehouse of all devotional service unto Krishna. He is a desire tree of devotional service, and it is in him that the seed of devotional service first fructified. So this Madhavendra Puri is described here as the Ankur, the first sprout of the seed of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's tree of devotional service. So our line is called the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, but actually Mahaprabhu's real line begins with Madhavendra Puri. He is called the Ankur, the first sprout, the first growing of the tree of devotional service that Mahaprabhu planted. Sri Ishwara Puri Rupe Ankura Pushta Hoila Apane Chaitanya Malis Kanda Upajila. The seed of devotional service next fructified in the form of Sri Ishwara Puri, and then the gardener himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, became the main trunk of the tree of devotional service. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes in his Anubhashya, Sri Ishwara Puri was a resident of Kumarahat, where there is now, he's a resident of Kumarahat. Ishwara Puri appeared in a Brahmin family and was the most beloved disciple of Srila Madhavendra Puri. In the last portion of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is stated, Ishwara Puri Gosai Kore Sripad Sevan Swahaste Koren Mala Mutradi Marjan Nirantara Krishnanam Goraya Smaran Krishnanama Krishnalila Shunaya Anukan Tushta Hoya Puri Tarik Hoila Alingan Adi-lila Krishna Tomar Hauk Premadan Se Hoite Ishwara Puri Premara Sagar. At the last stage of his life, Sri Madhavendra Puri became an invalid and was completely unable to move, and Ishwara Puri so completely engaged himself in his service that he personally cleansed up his stool and urine, always chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and reminding Sri Madhavendra Puri about the pastimes of Lord Krishna in the last stage of his life. Ishwara Puri gave the best service among his disciples. Thus Madhavendra Puri, being very pleased with him, blessed him, saying, my dear boys, I can only pray to Krishna that he will be blessed with you. Thus, Ishwara Puri, by the grace of his spiritual master, Sri Madhavendra Puri, became a great devotee in the ocean of love of Godhead. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur states in his Gauravashtaka prayers, Yasha Prasada Bhagavat Prasado, Yasha Prasada Nakatikatopi. By the mercy of the spiritual master, one is blessed by the mercy of Krishna. Without the grace of the spiritual master, one cannot make any advancement. It is by the mercy of the spiritual master that one becomes perfect, as vividly exemplified here. A Vaishnava is always protected by the Lord, but if he appears to be an invalid, this gives a chance to his disciples to serve him. Ishwara Puri pleased his spiritual master by service and by the blessings of his spiritual master. He became such a great personality that Mahaprabhu accepted him as a spiritual master. He received the blessings of Sri Madhavendra Puri, and later Mahaprabhu accepted that Ishwara Puri as his spiritual master. Sri Ishwara Puri was the spiritual master of Mahaprabhu, but before initiating Mahaprabhu, he went to Navadip and lived for a few months in the house of Gopinath Acharya. At that time, Lord Chaitanya became acquainted with him, and it is understood that he served Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by reciting his book, Adi-lila. This is explained in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Adi-kanda, chapter 11. To teach others by example how to be a faithful disciple of one's spiritual master, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the birthplace of Ishwarapuri at Kumarahat and collected some earth from his birth site. This he kept very carefully, and he used to eat a small portion of it daily. This is stated in the Chaitanya Bhagavat. It has now become customary for devotees, following the example of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to go there and collect some earth from that place. Nija chintya shakti male hoya skanda hoy sakala shakara se skanda milashrai. By his inconceivable powers, the Lord became the gardener, the trunk and the branches simultaneously. This is because this chapter is entitled The Desire Tree of Devotional Service. Paramananda Puriyar Keshava Bharati, Brahmananda Puriyar Brahmananda Bharati, Vishnu Puri, Keshapuri, Puri Krishnananda, Srina Shringa Tirtha Ara Puri Sukhananda, Enavamula Nika Shila Brikamule, Enavamule Brika Korila Nischale. Paramananda Puri, Kesha Bharati, Brahmananda Puri, and Brahmananda Bharati, Sri Vishnu Puri, Kesha Puri, Krishnananda Puri, Sri Nishinga Tirthans, Sukhanda Puri. These 9 sannyasi roots all spread from the trunk of the tree. Thus the tree stood steadfastly on the strength of these 9 roots. So these are the 9 sannyasis who stayed with Mahaprabhu, and they formed the roots which sustains the tree of devotional service which Mahaprabhu planted in this earth. Paramananda Puri, Kesha Bharati, Brahmananda Puri, and Brahmananda Bharati, Sri Vishnu Puri, Kesha Puri, Krishnananda Puri, Srina Shringa Tirtha, and Sukhananda Puri. These 9 sannyasi roots all spread from the trunk of the tree. Thus the tree stood steadfastly on the strength of these 9 roots. Madhyamula Paramananda Puri Mahadira Ashtadiki Ashtamula Brikka Koilastira. With a sober and grave Paramananda Puri as the central root and the other 8 roots in the 8 directions, the tree of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stood firmly. Skandera upari bahus, shaka upajila, upari shaka, asankhya hoila. From the trunk grew many branches, and above them innumerable others. From the trunk grew many branches, and above them innumerable others. Visha shaka kore ek manda maha shaka chaila brahmanda sakal. Thus the branches of the Chaitanya tree formed a cluster or society with great branches covering all the universe. Thus the branches of the Chaitanya tree formed a cluster or society with great branches covering all the universe. Ekaika shakate upashaka shata shata jata upajila shaka ke ganibe kata. From each branch grew many hundreds of sub-branches. No one can count how many branches thus grew. Mukhya shakaganer nama aganan ageta koriba shuna brikera marnan. I shall try to name the foremost of the innumerable branches. Please hear the description of the Chaitanya tree. Vrikara Upare Shaka Hoila Duiskanda Eka Dvaita Nama Ara Nityananda. At the top of the tree, the trunk branched into two. One trunk was named Sri Advaita Prabhu and the other Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Se Duiskande Bahu Shaka Upajila Taru Upashaka Gane Jagat Chaila. From these two trunks grew many branches and sub-branches that covered the entire world. Borashaka Upashaka Tara Upashaka Jatu Upajila Tara Ke Koribe Leka. These branches and sub-branches and their sub-branches became so numerous that no one can actually write about them. Sishya Prasishyara Upasishyagan Jagat Vyapila Tara Nahika Ganan. Thus the disciples and the grand disciples and their admirers spread throughout the entire world, and it is not possible to enumerate them all. Udambara Brikajena Fale Sarva Ange Emata Bhakti Brike Sarvatra Fala Lage. As a big fig tree bears fruits all over its body, each part of the tree of devotional service bore fruit. Mula Skandera Shaka Ara Upashaka Gane Lagila Jay Prema Fala Amritaka Jine. Since Mahaprabhu was the original trunk of the tree of devotional service, the taste of the fruits that grew on the branches and sub-branches surpassed the taste of nectar. Pakila che prema fal amrita madura vilaya chaitanya mali nahi loya mula. The fruits ripened and became sweet and nectarian. The gardener, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, distributed them without asking any price. So Mahaprabhu is both the tree of devotional service and he's also its gardener. Tri Jagate Jata Ache Dana Ratnamani Ekfalera Mulya Kore Taha Nahigani. All the wealth in the three worlds cannot equal the value of one such nectarian fruit of devotional service. Mage ban namage keho patra ba apatra ihara vichara nahi jane deya matra. Not considering who asked for it and who did not, nor who was fit and who was unfit to receive it, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu distributed the fruit of devotional service. Anjali Anjali Bari Fele Chaturdishe Daridra Kudaya Kaya Malakara Hase. The transcendental gardener Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu distributed handful after handful of fruit in all directions. And when the poor hungry people ate the fruit, the gardener smiled with great pleasure. Malakarako Heshuna Brika Parivar Mulashaka Upashaka Jatika Prakar. Lord Chaitanya thus addressed the multifarious varieties of branches and sub-branches of the tree of devotional service. Alukika Brika Kore Sarbendriya Karma Stabara Hoyadare Jangamera Dharma. Since the tree of devotional service is transcendental, every one of its parts can perform the action of all the others. Although a tree is supposed to be immovable, although a tree is supposed to be immovable, this tree nevertheless moves. Since the tree of devotional service is transcendental, every one of its parts can perform the action of all the others. Although a tree is supposed to be immovable, this tree nevertheless moves. Evrikera angahoy saba sa chetan, badiya vyapila sabe sakala bhuvan. All the parts of this tree are spiritually cognizant, and thus, as they grow, they spread all over the world. Ekala malakara ami kahan kahanjab, ekalaba kata phala padiya vilab. I am the only gardener. How many places can I go? How many fruits can I pick and distribute it? Ekala utaya dite hoy parishrama, kehopaya kehonapai, rohimane brahma. It would certainly be a very laborious task to pick the fruits and distribute them alone, and still I suspect that some would receive them and others would not. Atevami agya dilun savakare jahan tahan premafala deho jaritare. Therefore I order every man and woman within this universe to accept this Krishna conscious movement and distribute it everywhere. Ekala malakarami katafala kaba nadiya ba e fala araki koriba. I am the only gardener. If I do not distribute these fruits, what shall I do with them? How many fruits can I alone eat? Atmai chamrite brika shuni nirantar tahate asankyafala brikera upar. By the transcendental desire of the Lord, water has been sprinkled all over the tree, and thus there are innumerable fruits of love of Godhead. Ateva sabvala deho jaritare kaya hao glog ajara amare. Distribute this Krishna conscious movement all over the world. Let people eat these fruits and ultimately become free from old age and death. Jagat vyapya mora habe punya kyati sukeaya lok mora gahibeka kirti. If the fruits are distributed all over the world, my reputation as a pious man will be known everywhere, and thus all people will glorify my name with great pleasure. Bharata bhumite hoila manusya janmajar janma sartaka kori kora parupakar. One who has taken his birth as a human being in the land of India, Bharatvarsha, should make his life successful and work for the benefit of all other people. So this Mahaprabhu's instruction, and actually it is for everyone, he says, this life is not meant for your own enjoyment and for your own economic development. Rather, he says, Kora Upakar. This life is meant for doing good for other people. Kora Parupakar. One is requested by Mahaprabhu, try to do good for other persons. That is his instruction. One who has taken his birth as a human being in the land of India, Bharatvarsha, should make his life successful and work for the benefit of all other people. Etavaz janma safalyam dehinam iha dehishu pranar artar diya vacha shreya achar anam sada. It is the duty of every living being to perform welfare activities for the benefit of others with his life, wealth, intelligence, and words. Praninam upakaraya yad eveha paratracha karmana manasa vacha tad eva mati man bhajet. By one's work, thoughts, and words, an intelligent person must perform actions which will be beneficial for all living entities in this life and the next. Mali manusha amar nahi rajadan phala phula diya kori punya uparjan. I am merely a gardener. I have neither a kingdom nor very great riches. I simply have some fruits and flowers that I wish to utilize to achieve piety in my life. Malihaya brikkahoilon eta ichate sarva pranira upakara hoy brikkahoite. Although I am acting as a gardener, I also want to be the tree, for thus I can bestow benefit upon all. Aho eshamvaram janma sarva prani upajivinam sajanasheva yesham vai vimuka yanti nartina. Just see how these trees are maintaining every living entity. Their birth is successful. Their behavior is just like that of great personalities. For anyone who asked anything from a tree never goes away disappointed. Well, it's very nice. Just see how these trees are maintaining every living entity. Their birth is successful. Thus their behavior is just like that of great personalities. For anyone who asks anything from a tree never goes away disappointed. E agya koila jadi Chaitanya Malakar Paramananda Paila Brika Parivar. The descendants of the tree, the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, were very glad to receive this order directly from the Lord. Jai Jahanta Handana Kore Prema Fall, Fala Shvade Matalo Koila Sakal. The fruit of love of God is so delicious that wherever a devotee distributes it, those who relish the fruit anywhere in the world immediately become intoxicated. Maha Madaka Prema Fall Peta Barikai Matila Sakala Lok Hasena Chegai. The fruit of love of Godhead distributed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is such a great intoxicant that anyone who eats it, filling his belly, immediately becomes maddened by it and automatically chants, dances, laughs, and is very happy. Keho Gadagadi Jai, Keho Tahunkar, Dekyanandita Hoya, Hase Malakar. When Mahaprabhu, the great gardener, sees that people are chanting, dancing, and laughing, and that some of them are rolling on the ground and some are making loud humming sounds, he smiles with great pleasure. Actually, making loud humming sounds as Kehota Hunkar, actually roaring. Sometimes the devotees are dancing and chanting and roaring, but Prabhupada is translating in his own way. He says, when Mahaprabhu, the great gardener, sees that people are chanting, dancing, and laughing, and some of them are rolling on the floor and some are making loud humming sounds, he smiles with great pleasure. E malakara kai, e prema fall, nirabadi matarohe, vivasha vivo. The great gardener, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, personally eats this fruit, and as a result, he constantly remains mad, as if helpless and bewildered. Sarba loke matakaila apana saman, premimata lok bina nahi dekian. With his Sankirtan movement, the Lord made everyone mad like himself. We do not find anyone who was not intoxicated by his Sankirtan movement. Jai Purve Ninda Koila Bali Mato Jao, Seho Fala Kai Nache Bole Balo Balo. Persons who had formerly criticized Mahaprabhu, calling him a drunkard, also ate the fruit and began to dance, saying, "Very good. Very good." Eta kohilun prema fala vitaran, ebeshuna fala data, JJ sakagan. After describing the Lord's distribution of the fruit of love of Godhead, I now wish to describe the different branches of the tree of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Rupa Raghunath Parijaras, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kohe Krishnadas, praying at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa and Shri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi-lila, 9th chapter, describing the desire tree of devotional service. A very, very nice chapter, very description of how Mahaprabhu desired to distribute Krishna consciousness everywhere. So he became a gardener, sowed the tree of devotional service. he's not only the gardener, he's the trunk of the tree, and he also distributes the fruits of love of Godhead that grow in the tree. So this describes the branches of the tree, the eight sannyasis who are with Mahaprabhu. Is it 8 in number? Nine sannyasis who are the principal roots of the tree of devotional service. And then Mahaprabhu orders everyone. It means all the persons who are in the tree, all the different branches and sub-branches of the tree, to distribute Krishna consciousness everywhere. And he says, it describes that this tree is actually mobile. It can go anywhere. So that's different than other trees that may stay in one place, but this tree can move. Then there's that very nice verse, Bharata Bhumite Hoila Manusya Janma Jar Janma Sartaka Kori Kora Parupakar. That actually, this refers to everyone, although it says those who are born in the land of India. The reason it says that, it's saying that people who are in contact with the Lord and in that sacred place of the appearance of so many, of the incarnations of the Lord, and the Lord himself appeared in India, then it is the express statement here of Krishnadas Kaviraj that those persons are not meant just for running after some kind of pleasure or some economic or technical development, but actually kora parupakar. They're meant for doing good for other people. And that is, more or less, I've seen the mood of many persons who are, who still maintain something of the original Krishna consciousness culture of India, and those who are even distantly related. I remember the first time I came to India, we got off the plane in Delhi. Srila Prabhupada was in Bombay. We were to go there. He was having a big Pando program. Many people would go there. But we were late getting through customs. So then we asked, when's the next plane going? When can we get the next plane going to Bombay? And they said, in about 3 or 4 months. Because all the planes were on strike, and the government was running one flight a day going there. So we didn't know what to do, and so we went to a park, and we were sitting in the park, and we'd traveled a long way, we didn't have anything to eat, so we're very simple devotees, so we see someone selling some bananas, so we buy some bananas. And we're sitting in the park eating bananas. And then all of a sudden this taxi driver comes and he starts honking his horn. And we didn't know what he wanted, so we went over there and he says, I want to invite you to my house for dinner. So he's working now, he said. It's like 1 o'clock, and about 5 o'clock, he would come and pick us up. So we passed some hours, and then we're there in the park. And at 5 o'clock, the taxi comes with two persons in it. I didn't know who they were. That man and his brother was there, I guess. And then there were 3 of us. They put our stuff in the taxi, and he's driving, and suddenly we're driving down this alley, and I'm wondering what's going to happen now. And then we stop, and then they open this door, and all of a sudden we're going up the stairs, and we're in looked like a little door, and then suddenly we're in like a flat going upstairs or something like that. And he told us, I want you to bless my mother. His mother was sick. So we're just some foreigners. And he takes us up the stairs and washes our feet. And then he says, "Oh, you're from the West, so I made you some salad and other things." He served us a full meal, but he thought because we're from the West that we would also like salad, so he made some salad too. and he, something like sprinkles the water from the devotee's feet on his head, and we bless his mother, and they feed us nicely. Then he takes all our, then we got tickets for a train to go to Bombay, and then he takes all our stuff, puts it back in his taxi and drives us to the train station, then finds out which platform we're on, and finds the train and takes us, and finds out where our seats are and takes us to the train and puts all our stuff in the train, and then says goodbye. So that was my first day in India. So it was pretty amazing to me. I mean, where else do you go in the world where people just see you in a park, take you to their home, ask for your blessings and feed you a full meal, and then takes us to the train, puts our stuff in the train.
It's because you're a devotee, Maharaj. We know other scenarios where people are being picked up.
But this is just a working man in India. Yeah. And he's still this Korupakar, doing good for other people. And that's the culture, really the culture of India. People are like that. Those who are actually following the real culture. Not everyone is following. There are many different kinds of people, as in all places, but there are some people that are very much like that. Huh? And one time Srila Prabhupada said that sometimes people ask, he said, I talked with one big professor in Moscow, Professor Kotovsky, and Prabhupada said, this man was a professor of Indiology or something like that. So Prabhupada said to him, "Do you understand Bengali?" And the man said something like, more or less than Srila Prabhupada said to us, yes, as a vibration. He understood Bengali as a vibration. It's a sound that vibrates in the air, but not really so much understanding. And then he said that man told him that when this body is finished, everything is finished. So Srila Prabhupada said that's the big learned man in India. That's his conclusion. When this body is finished, everything is finished. But he said if you ask the most poor rickshaw driver in India, how is your life? Prabhupada said, then he will say, Jai Karma, Jai Phul. Right? As I'm just receiving the results of my previous lives' activities. Jai Karma, Jai Phul. So Prabhupada said, because the subject of his talk was at a public program, was at a place, like some institute in Kolkata. The subject was the difference between East and West. And he said, in one sense, there is no such thing as East and West, because the whole world is round, so how you can say what is East and West. But if he said, if you have to see some difference, then he gave the example. The big professor in the West will say that when this body is finished, everything is finished. He had even the most ignorant rickshaw driver, if you ask him, how is his life? He'll say, Jai Karma, Jai Phul. I'm just receiving the results of my previous activities. And when Siddhanta Maharaj called Srila Govinda Maharaj, and basically he asked him for permission to die. And then Srila Govinda Maharaj answered, Maharaj, we're all getting our karma fall. We're all getting the results of our activities. As Govinda Maharaj himself was dying at that time, it was 2010. Said, Maharaj, we're all getting the results of our previous activities. So, anyway, Prabhupada said, this is the difference between the West and India. If you have to see some difference, then people have some understanding about the eternality of life and how one's getting the results of one's previous activities and how to be successful in life also. But Mahaprabhu says, Gora Parupakar, that this life is meant for benefiting others, not just to worry about yourself. So, I always like this chapter. I think it's good advice. Tree of devotional service. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama.
Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama.
Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan. Giridhari Gopinatha Manana Mohan. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra. Dharanara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Rupa Sanatam Bhattaraguna. Sri Diva Gopala Mata Rasaraguna. Echai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan. Jao Ite Vignana Shavisa Puran. Echai Gosai Jar Mui Charana. Tasama Padarino Mora Panchagan. Hare Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanibhas. Janame Janame More Ambilas. Echai Gosai Jabe Bhaje Golamas. Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash. Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majai Raman. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majai Raman. Shri Guru Vaishnava Padma Koriya. Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamona. Shri Guru Vaishnava Padma Koriya. Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamona. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Saparikara Shri Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridharaju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravaja Kacharyasta Taro Sadashi Shrimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravaja Kacharyasta Taro Sadashi Shrimad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Sananta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namachar Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhattara Raganashi Jiva Gopal Bhattadash Raganash Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vishvavaranya Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmalacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Sri Ram Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Sri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Sri Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Sri Koladvip Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopi Govardhan Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Ju Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Retreat Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Jai Shri Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj Ki Jai. And the super beautiful Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai.
Jai. Jai. Jai.